Hello everyone, it's Gigo here and welcome back to another motivational video of building a house in Ghana. If it is your first time here, this is the Madam Fatima's project where in our previous video we started with the foundation compacting using water, and in today's episode we will be continuing with that. We will be doing compacting using the machine and then the foundation concrete casting. So stay tuned to the end of today's episode, if you want to see how far we went with this project, and if you want to see more or you want to see how we started. We sold this land for Madam Fatima. We did a documentation, everything is true. At this moment, she is working on the registration, which will be out I think in 2 months time. Then she is good, with the all the documentation. I mean, she already has the land in her name and everything is already secured, but registering it in your name gives you that peace of mind. So that is what we want to do for her. So back to today's video, you can see we have our plumbing materials on site and also some board for the oversight concrete casting. But before that, we have to do the compacting very well. So that's what the guys are getting ready for, which as you can see, they've already done some part. That's why you see it to be smooth. And also someone will say, hey, the foundation is is a little bit low, but it is not, because we've already done the filling of the compound. So when you see where the guy is standing, even if you look at the back, you can see that the foundation is elevated. Looking at the land, you see that the foundation is elevated. So we've already done the filling around the foundation, and there's a reason why we are doing it now. But what we also do is that we also show Madam Fatima. We do a 360 video. Every day we go on site, we try to show Madam Fatima 360 video so that she sees what is happening around her, where she wants to live in the future. Maybe she will notice some changes in the in the community where she would address us, and if there's anything we can do, we can start working on it for her. So if you notice in my videos, we always do a 360 video, and she has also not been to Ghana before. So we have to let her know that we are working on her land, right? We are working on a project, not that we are making video of someone's foundation and showing it to her as if like we are busy working. So that's why we like to show around as well. So you can see that the plumbing work is ongoing, and the guys are doing the fittings. So this is what we called the phase one plumbing works. That's like fixing all the necessary pipes that has to go into the foundation. And we are using pressure pipes here, which is very, very, very important, because you're going to be pouring concrete on this plumbing works. So you need something strong which will also stand the time, right? So yeah, if you look at the environment also, you will notice that always there's wind blowing. If you've been watching my videos, you'll notice that there's always the wind is always blowing. That's because we are 1 hour walk from the Pram Pram beach, right? So we are in community 25, but then you can walk from where this location is to the beach in an hour. So if you are on the bike, let's say roughly 30 minutes, you can just ride your bike to the beach and come back. So the location is a very very nice location that we secured for Madam Fatima. So you can see concrete casting is already ongoing, and once again, like I always say, so this is the next day, so we always have to go 360 video. And I mean, she really likes, because she has a very good eye, so she is paying attention to every little details around her. So that's the reason why the guy went 360 before we start the work. And you can see, if you look at the road, the level of the road and the foundation, you will see that the foundation is a little bit higher, but when you are looking with your eyes, you think that the foundation is like low. But like I said, we've already done the filling around the foundation, which also helps, with dampness, right? So because we are in the rainy season, so it's the best time to kind of fill your compound, close to the foundation, so that when it rains, it's compact. And I mean, these are little things that, also helps when it comes to dampness. But sometimes we don't notice that. But I mean, this is just by the way. So concrete casting, is ongoing, and you can see the guys are busy doing, their own thing. We have Mr. Kwete, the supplier. So I mean, we are still using the materials that we bought from the start of this project, right? So the sand that we bought, the the chippings, which is the stones that we bought, we are still using the same, materials. I think maybe it will be the cement that we have to buy cement for this concrete casting. So a rough estimate, for the oversight concrete casting will be roughly around 37,000 Ghana cedis, and this includes the bitumen, painting, the polythene, the wire board, the labor work, cement, like I said, the some of the materials, which is like the stones and the sand, I mean, we already have those things already. So that also helped, with the cost to reduce. I mean, the plumbing work is also included, right? So it's included in the 37,000. But I mean, this work was done in July. I mean, early July. So I mean, and the prices of materials keep shooting high. So putting out, cost estimate these days is very, very difficult, because immediately you put something out there, the following week prices changes. But I mean, that doesn't have to stop you from building. I mean, knowing how much it will cost you to build is very important, but you just have to just do it, right? I mean, the price will never come down. It will always keep going high. So you just have to do it and move on to the next step or to the next stage, right? So don't be waiting that you are waiting for cement. It's not coming. I mean, 2 years ago when I started with my project, I was buying a bag of cement for 40 Ghana cedis. I remember like I was crying buying a bag of cement for 40 Ghana cedis. 2 years down the line, I mean, it's 100 Ghana cedis. And I can tell you that in the next 2 years, you'll be buying it for 150 Ghana cedis. So, I mean, just if you really want to build a house, you really want to get that project done, just get it done and move on to the next step, right? Move on to the next step. That's very, very important in construction. You know, if you don't have the finance, you can pause, don't push yourself. Anything you put in there is not coming back, right? So don't put everything you have into construction and squeeze yourself that much. I mean, the land is for you, the project is yours. You can always go back and get it done. Construction is not a competition, it is about fulfillment. So at the end of the day, we are all going to build our house. But the question is, how will you feel at the end of the day? Did you do it stressful, or you did it, with a joy? You did it with joy, step by step, and that is what I want everybody to do. I have been there when I started two projects at the same time. I was just putting everything in there. It gets to a point where I want to see something else, but I was still seeing block work, right? That can be stressful, with knowing that you are putting so much and nothing is changing. So you need to take that break. You need to kind of relax and do it, whilst you are happy doing other things, going on holiday, having fun, right? That is very important, with the building journey. You don't have to do it stressful. Right. But this is a topic, I have to talk about it in a different video when I resume with my project. So if you look far, you can see the sea, but I mean, the camera is not with a good quality, so it's very difficult to see. Like I said, it's just 1 hour walk to the place. Our neighbor, had one or two problems, so we have to assist and get it done since we are already on site. But as you saw earlier on, the concrete casting is done, and you can see the work for yourself. It's not even the end of the day. I think the labor work was just a half day done. But this is with Gigo Production Group. This is what you get, right? So we don't cut corners, to save cost, but we do our best, so that you don't pay much. Like I said, the only way you can cut down costs is on labor. The materials estimate we give you, that is what has to go into the project, right? So we cannot reduce the quantity of materials that has to go into the project, but we can look at the labor work, right? We have ways to cut down the labor work. I mean, it's just a half day and the work is done, right? I mean, some people would take 2 days to get it done because, I mean, they want to make their money, which is understandable. I mean, it is marketing. It depends on, what you stand for and what you want to do. So once again, we have to make the 360 video for Madam Fatima so that she sees what is happening in the environment, because she is taking notice, right? I mean, she wants to do other things beside building in the place. So I think this brings us to the end of today's episode. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's time to project the structure now. So, I mean, the block work begins in the next episode. So don't forget to subscribe so that you follow this journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next episode. Let's do it.